think they saw the last match, how that went, and there was a just exactly. They're really scared of that bot lane, which is completely fair because that was just absolutely terrifying. But then Kasic's gonna get banned out. Nothing there for Chaz.
But this is pretty much the composition of JDG in game number 1. The only thing lacking is the Severe and the Nautilus. Fortunately, Fennel was able to pick up the Severe and Nautilus was been banned away. But this is what I like seeing. The Riven, especially after the buff that she received on patch 4.4b, can now enable this composition of Fennel. Great engage potential. Many CCs possible with this Riven, and just the Wind Slash, of course, for the executing damage. Lovers Duo, though, as a response is pretty nice. Yeah, classic. Sana all moments.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Just like me getting a couple tattoo with my wifey yesterday. That was a Sana all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, give us others a great time as well.
Yeah, anybody watching that is you know, that you have your special somebody, let us know. You know, give them some love, give them some appreciation today, just like we're gonna give you some appreciation by you know, casting this match for you. I see a lot of AD on the side of Fennel. Just, you know, in general, you got Sivir, you got Riven, you got the Jace, and of course this is going to be a very aggressive lineup, but can they be countered by that Akali, by that Aatrox? Those are some scary champions.
Very scary for sure. And I'm getting a little bit nervous here for Fennel, especially that this is KBG. But I still like their composition. Double poke is there, is some of the things that I've mentioned so many times as a great tool to chip down these engaged champions. They have the Severe as well, of course, for stability and control. Counter engages are possible as well since they do have Riven and Gragas. This is a well-stacked composition of Fennel. I think this can be very useful for game number 1. I mean, they're battling against KBG. Why not go all out?
They have to. They have to go all out because if you're, you know, Fennel, they have a lot to prove. They have so much to prove, even if they're like almost to the bottom of the leaderboard here for the APAC scene. If they can take a game off of KBG, you know, that is a huge thing that they're already, you know, that they've proven not only to themselves but to pretty much everybody else in the APAC scene, that they still can, you know, take out, take on the challenge of going up against a Chinese team in at least one game.
This is also a classic matchup that we do see. Fiora versus Riven, at least on Season 1, right? Riven with Ignite can win early game against the Fiora. If the Riven gets a great lead against the Fiora, then he can actually impact more onto team fights and also the side lane control. Because eventually, given same goal, Fiora will win, of course, against the Riven in any day. But it's also a skill matchup. Spells has been known to be a great Riven player. It looks like we're gonna be having a pause, like the problems resolved.
Let's go.
And we're going back into the game as well. No kills just yet picked up. Just some harassments onto the mid lane, top lane as well. And go back to our initial conversation a while ago, right? The Riven versus versus the Fiora. Vladimir as well versus the Akali has been
also
classic, similar to our previous series. Andran might have the edge though here.
Yeah, I feel like Andran really does have the edge, even though Helios is, you know, technically on paper slated to win this matchup. At least early on he will be winning the matchup. But Andran 9, once he gets a few levels, couple of items in him, get that perfect execution, then Helios will start really feeling it because he's going to be going in pretty much nearly every single opportunity he can get. And of course, the roaming potential of Andran is nothing to be scoffed at.
Oh yeah, we see a bit of a contest here into the bottom lane. Early rotations actually coming in from the top, but just to secure this Scuttle Crab in the bottom side river. So we should see an answer coming in from Chaz as well towards the top side river. Might indicate that there's gonna be a gank onto KG. But they also need to be very careful of the Ton, of course, in the bottom lane.
Oh, that spells. Oh, speaking of that Ton, they know he's there. They know.
Chaz is here.
Yep. They could counter this.
We'll shot him down. At least a slow coming in here onto Chaz. Knock up will not connect onto Enema, but KBG is investing everything to take down Chaz. Fortunately, he is still able to escape, and now everyone is just gonna be called off here. Unsuccessful gank.
That was a lot of resources to be invested in a dive this early, but you know, Fennel had the right vision. And wait a minute, Risen getting taken down very low, will not die though. But still, Fennel had the right vision at the right time, so they really were able to stop tragedy from happening, because if they gave KBG that lead this early on, then that snowball would just start getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, that's the play style of KBG. They like going for forcing fights early into the game, especially that they have full confidence of their composition and how they can just execute these kinds of strategies. But fortunately, as I mentioned, yeah, great vision established by Fennel prevented everything. This massive potential gold lead of KBG. Now they can look to just continue scaling. I mean, Vladimir, Severe, and they sometimes take a bit longer to scale up. But when they get their first items, that's the biggest power spike that they can actually get. Especially the Severe and Jace. Later on, they will unlock the burst and the pokes.
Yeah, the burst and the pokes that can be... Oh no, here we go
No!
again. Oh, not again! This is so unfortunate. But
just us chilling. I mean, we can chill. I mean, we're just here sitting and just talking. But we also want to talk and see yeah, you want to see clashes, you want to see fights, you want to see Dragon, RH, Baron, Elder Dragon fights.
Yeah, exactly. And we want to see how this early game would go, because already we see KBG want to get some early dominance, man. They attempted a dive to catch Chaz earlier on in the game. That didn't work out so well. Good avoidance there by Fennel, but now they're going to be going on to our Risen, who was able to get out quickly.
RH is going to be the priority here of KBG, maybe to unlock the mid lane already, but Fennel is not going to be giving this with a fight. There is a battle already between KG and Spells. Grand Challenge is going to be used already. RH is going to be initiated, as well as Arisen is going to be entering onto the pit. Helios might actually be in a lot of trouble. Thought is going to be here, commit onto the RH as KG is trying to burst him out, but Yuri's going to be in a lot of trouble as well as they do damage. The steal's not going to come through. Spells is going to be dashing out, trying to escape, but fortunately Fennel, though they haven't been able to get the steal onto the RH, they still are complete as 5.
Yeah, pretty much, but they are very low. Fennel has to back out right now. Shauma could have done something cheeky, tried to go for a recall interruption there. But that would be a little bit too cheeky, I feel. Now, of course, Drake is still the first dragon of the game. Now, even with the Rift Herald gone, I'm surprised that Fennel didn't, they didn't trade objectives instead of just, sitting there and looking to take the fight for Dragon instead.
Yeah, Fennel can, I believe they can still take this, but they need to be very careful. Of course, KBG is not going to be letting this go without a fight. 2.5k gold lead, and they have been able to cash in for their items. Arisen is trying to prevent this entry from Yu. Kills into the Grand Entrance. Great CC lockdown here onto 2 members of Fennel. The steal is not going to be possible though, as Had is still able to pick up this dragon. Engage, G unable to stab Arisen, and Fennel will get away.
Arisen could be the catalyst here for Fennel, but definitely he was the one that helped him out. But you can see KBG already establishing a lot of control, a lot of pressure here in Fennel's own jungle. You rarely see stuff like this from teams, but they really just marched through it as a 4-man and said, okay, this is my entire jungle. And that's one of the ways that you can do that is by one of the ways you can intimidate your opponent out of their jungle is by going in. But
yeah, they will go into Chaz and fully commit. They will be getting the steal and funneled ejected gold to Shauma. That's unfortunate for Chaz. He was able to pick up the Scuttle Crab. Got killed in a trade.
Yeah, that is a little bit difficult there. But as we check out what happened, Shauma just had a perfect follow-up, and then Chaz started to go towards Shauma instead of trying to actually.
Ryzen,
another one.
gonna be the next one. CC chain and lock him down as well. Danny gonna be the next target. Stamina force flash away. Again, this is the pressure that KBG is capable of doing. And after picking up 2 kills, they will be able to get this tower in the bot lane.
Yeah, that tower is going to accelerate KBG's pace a little bit. They're playing so close together as a team. And they know exactly their breakpoints. They know exactly when to chase, when to push, when to act like, oh, this entire jungle, it is not yours anymore. That's very well and good. KBG is just on a different level. Even if you prevent some of their plans, they have, you know, plans on plans, or at least it seems like it.
I mean, they have multiple layers that they can actually just execute, and right now they want to execute Fennel. Again, the engage in the follow-up is going to be there as well. Chance still trying to deal them damage. Arna is going to be picked up. As healer is going to be here as well. Shama dealing some damage onto him as well, throwing the feathers out. As the Thon is just going to be flashing in to secure it onto the Jace. And we will be taking a Ryzen next. A Ryan getting pulled up as well as the Feather Storm is going to be used. A double kill for the Thon. And Fennel just going to be able to secure 1 in exchange for 2, and is just running away.
Is running away just like the members of KBG against that. Riven Spelts did pretty decently well in his lane, but now that it's time to roam, he's having a little bit of difficulty being relevant in some of these fights, especially since you know, KBG, they are all roaming together as a team, you know, most of the time, so they're really used to that team synergy kind of thing. But right now, team synergy, Yu and Daton are going to be there. They're going to try to break the little bit of team synergy that Fennel has by just stealing all of their resources.
What is Fennel going to be able to do this time around? I can't think of one. All the towers have been taken already, at least the first tier towers. And they are trying to get this tower in bottom lane. 300, 200, finally it will fall down. Horizon's gonna be here as well. KG unable to defend the tower. Fennel getting 1, at least is a good sign, but still not enough to turn this game around.
And they actually turn it around is a really difficult question here. Because as much as we want to believe that Fennel has the tools in their, you know, toolbox or toolkit to bring this to that game number 3, or even to win this first game, KBG is just so much more control. They're really just getting so much of their medicine here. Yeah, Yu's gonna be here chasing down Danny, but still able to use the spell shield to get away. And now they punish Yu. Yu will be getting the kill. I'm not gonna be going in, trying to get the damage here onto Spell Twins. That's gonna be used, and initially was good, but after the perfect execution, they get the 1-1 trade. Featherstorm gonna be used to this way. Some of the member Fennel out. Still, they are gonna go in here, trying to chase down, trying to close the distance out. And Shama gonna be forced to use the flash. KG is gonna be in a lot of trouble in a 2-for-1 trade for Fennel. You are completely right. As Fennel, they are starting to fight back a little bit. The goal lead is not, you know, it's not insignificant, but let's take a look at how that happened again, because this was a pretty good fight. It all started from that Feather recall not really getting anybody. That stunned even one person there from Fennel. That would have been a really good way to stall this entire fight. They were able to grab one kill and a dip out.
What will be the next step though? This is already a great start for Fennel. Able to pick up a couple of kills, able to mitigate the goal from 6,000 to 3,000. It's not enough. The Daton is actually quite fed. 2-0-2 on the scoreboard. Sham as well has the same score and is being injected a lot of gold. And to think that this is a scaling composition is actually pretty scary as well.
It is very, very scary for KBG to, you know, need somebody here, especially if that somebody is the Jace with the accelerated shot flash. But you can see Yu still attempting. He's looking for any sort of place for an artist to be, and I don't think he's going to follow up on that. There's a lot of people there.
No follow-up. Yeah. KBG as well, feeling the pressure here onto Fena. That's why they're responding with the side lane push as another strategy. Andren is in the top side. We see KG in the bottom lane as well, while the rest of the members here of KBG is trying to just shove out mid so that they can get pressure done, or at least establish vision on both jungle sides. Dawn also checking out if ever Fennel is going to be overextending, or at least trying to catch them on their rotations, but so far the traps are not being taken here by Fennel.
Yeah, take these things a little bit more seriously, I think. But look at KBG once again. Their control is immaculate. They now are going to, well, they're faking the Baron, but that is a good knock up onto Arisen. A little bit of a touch and go.
Spells will slash. Ooh, that was so close, but close to KG as well. I mean, KG doesn't have any mana anymore. Fennel right now will be using this advantage in the bottom lane to maybe get some pressure going towards his top side river.
I agree. It's going to be a bloodbath. This is going to be a really decent. Yeah, this is going to be a very difficult time now for Fennel to defend against this. If KBG decide to go for that Baron, or at least try to go for that pressure. Now, I do respect that KBG is being, a little bit respectful here towards Fennel. They're not, doing any super risky maneuvers. They're not going for, some really risky plays here that Yu can activate with his Rakan. They're really just trying to make Fennel make mistakes, instead of trying to force mistakes upon themselves.
Fennel are not feeling any pressure though. KBG has been trying to set traps. Fennel is not taking any of those traps. They know that they can just continue to scale up. Danny is getting many gold heals as well, is having the confidence to go in whenever he gets the opportunity to as well. KBG will not engage just yet. They can't pressure for Baron as well, despite the vision that they have placed 3 minutes ago. They are not able to start the Baron just yet, just because of this response that Fennel is giving them.
I really like the stall that Fennel has, but it is taking a little bit, and the longer they do this, not only does Fennel scale, but so does KBG. Remember, they have a Zaya, they have an Akali. As soon as this, this fight pops, it's going to be all hell on earth, basically. So Fennel have to be ready for when that happens, and props to them. They are just protecting each other as 5. Most of the traveling as 5 most of the time. Oh, that accelerated shock blast actually stole that. Now they're hunting down.
Oh no! KJ gonna be in a lot of trouble this time around. Dawn is still gonna be finishing up the red, but it's just gonna be running away. Great repose, at least this way. The cast used against him. The dragon is gonna be spawning up. Arise is actually taking a bit more damage than he is supposed to, but it's gonna be fine for now. Dawn now spotting everyone out, starting this dragon. Andra Knight's gonna be here as well. Shamus took a beating there from the poke of Fennel, and this is why this composition is actually really good. Kaz is no longer available though, and they need to be able to be safe here onto the back line. Spells is gonna be flashing out. They still are committing onto the dragon. No steal gonna be coming in for Fennel, and they have to run away. KBG is happy with the turnaround of events, and now they picked up 2 dragons compared to Fennel that is just 1.
Yeah, they get the kill, they get a dragon, even though Fennel didn't really want to commit to that. They were able to get at least the Gragas. So that does mean that KBG immediately transition over to the Baron. As slow paced as this game is, KBG are now really speeding it up.
No steal! Despite the wind slash, that was close though. But great job for the Dawn being able to land the smite to take it for KBG.
That was a very good fight. KBG, they now have everything in the toolbox to break this game wide open. They got Baron buff, they got 2 dragons, they got Elder Drake coming up next. Veton is on top of the leaderboards, and with all of that, Fennel is still hanging on. They haven't really given any kills that they didn't need to, which is very, very important. They just need to be as patient as possible and look for an opportunity and look for KBG to make a mistake if they want to get back into the game.
And Fennel can still come back here in this game. Elder Dragon is available if they have the tools that they need, especially the Cask of Arisen. It was used too early into the fight earlier to try and catch KG, and because of that, they couldn't really push out Andran. But they will be pushing out the mid lane before prepping for this Elder Dragon, or it's gonna be too late at all. No vision is established here. They are committed onto the Elder Dragon. Andran is gonna be going in alongside with you, but the quickness enter the grand entrance as well. KG closing the distance. Here comes Shama in the taunt, and everyone is just gonna be falling down. Fennel, Mayday, everyone is dying. KBG is loving every single bit of it. Quadra kill by Andran as well. As they open up this base, Fennel is gonna be in a lot of trouble, and game number 1 might just be secured here by KBG.
And it will be. After a long and drawn out fight, things just accelerated to 200 miles an hour with